Hey guys, it's Alyssa. So for today's video, we are doing like this bronzy, goldeny, goddessy, whatever you want to call it, very, I don't want to say natural because it's not necessarily natural, but I mean like kinda, but go to someplace where you want to get, done up, but not necessarily want to look too done up, if you get what I mean. But that's what I see this look as. But before we get into the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my social media. It would mean the absolute world to me. And yes, so anyways, let's get on to the video. Okay, so I already moisturized my face. This is the moisturizer I use, the CeraVe. It says PM, but I mean I use this literally every single day. It's the facial moisturizing lotion, ultra lightweight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and prime. So I have a few of these e.l.f. primers that I like to use. Well, I have two e.l.f. primers. I don't know what I mean by a few. This one's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And then I have the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. So I guess just whatever you decide. I'm gonna use the Poreless Putty Primer today. And I know this isn't like the ideal brush to use, but I don't know which other brush I should use. It's just, I don't know. Okay, anyways, I'm using the Morphe M5 7 and 9 brush. And I'm just gonna put that all over my face. Sorry if like the background is kind of really dark. It usually does that, but I have my window open right now, like my the blinds open to let all the natural lighting in, but when I sit in front of the camera it gets super dark. Like, watch. See how bright it looks now? And then just gets darker in the back because I'm in the front, and it's I don't like how it does that, but oh well, it's okay. I always do my eyebrows first just because it's easier, since I use like lash glue to lay my eyebrows down, so I say my lashes down. But I tried something new today, not necessarily like technique wise. I just trimmed my eyebrows. Oh no. I just trimmed my eyebrows, and I trimmed this one too short, and so I had to use my pomade, which makes my eyebrows super dark. It's like, yeah. So please ignore that. Hopefully it grows back soon. I knew I shouldn't have either like cut them. I was like, don't do it, you're gonna mess up, you always mess up. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. I messed up. Okay, so now what I'm going, sorry, that's my chair. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm taking my Revolution foundation stick, but this is what I'm going to use to contour. It's in the shade F13. I did get it too dark, and a little goes a long way. So please, I put so much the first time because this other stick that I have, I usually just put like, I'll go like this and blend it out and it's fine, but this is, yeah. So I'm gonna apply this first underneath my foundation just to give it a more natural contour, and yeah, you'll see. So I'm just gonna like to there, to there, to there, to there, and then I do my jawline to make it, it's okay, to make it sharp. I'm gonna do my nose too, but I'll do that after. So I'm taking the Morphe M436 brush, and it looks like a little mini foundation brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. And the way I do my contour, it could be different for you. It all depends on your face shape. So I'd recommend looking up like face charts, like different face shape charts with contour examples to determine what would be best for you. See, oh my And imagine the first time I used it. The first time I used it too, like it wasn't even just a practice. I think I was going to my boyfriend's or something, and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh my god, there's no way I can go to his house looking like this. See, and down here, yeah. And then I like to kind of shape my jaw, or my chin a little. This is where putting it under the foundation does the trick. Real quick, I'm just gonna do my nose a little. So I just do a thin line like that. And I'm taking my Morphe E30 brush. I don't really like an intense contour on my nose, so that's why I'm not using like a very like defined brush for my nose. I more like to add color to it, but I mean like I'm still contouring basically. And I like put it on the tips of my nose. And then we'll add highlighter and everything after, so it kind of comes together. I know Nikki Tutorials made a video where she like says she just, I don't know if it was a TikTok or a YouTube video, but she just puts bronzer all over the nose, and I've been doing that too, like even before she came out with the video, just because I got tired of like being so precise, and it does work. It works out fine. So just don't like put bronzer like down here, because it kind of just makes your nose bigger. So still try to keep it here, but it's okay if it like gets in the middle, which is highlighter, concealer, and all that. You'll be good. So I'm taking this Cinema Secrets foundation. This actually is too light for me, but their next shade is too dark. So I just go with the lighter shade since I'm adding all this contour and everything, bronzer. But I'm not sure what shade it is. Their names, like the numbers, come off super easily. So I always have to go to like my order details, like from my email confirmation and everything from my purchase to like, check. But, oh, and I'm taking the Morphe G36 brush. If you're using like a cream foundation, definitely use a brush instead of a beauty blender, because it works so much better. It doesn't work well with a beauty blender. See? And then you're kind of just, I know it looks like we're covering it, but trust me. But I like to dab. I don't like to rub because I feel like I'm blending it out of my skin. So like if I'm rubbing like this, the contour will be moving up with it. So I'm like this, and then the contour gets right there, and then it looks messy. I don't go too much over my nose after I've contoured with my foundation. I more go towards the side, but it's okay to get just a little bit on there. I'm gonna stay continuing using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer. This is in the shade Warm Light, again because this is light, so I have to go light with this too. But my favorite foundations to use, concealers, I love the Fenty Beauty concealer, but I only use that when I'm using my darker foundation, which is hasn't happened in a while because I'm too late right now. Think this, so I'm just gonna go under my eye. You don't need a lot, but I love the feeling and just blending it out, so I kind of go a little bit more than you need. And just a little bit right there, here and there. So under the eyes, forehead, nose, like the tip of the nose, a little bit on the bridge, Cupid's bow, chin, there, those things, that area on your face. Okay, now I'm taking the Morphe M492 brush and blending my concealer out. And I do this very lightly with this brush, just so I don't leave any streaks or take off any of the foundation from underneath. So I have a very light hand when I'm blending out my concealer. I love blending out concealer. Honestly, doing my face makeup is so satisfying. Like, I love doing eyeshadow and everything, but face makeup is so satisfying. And very light tapping motions, that's what I'm doing. I'm tapping I don't like to, do circular motions because I feel like it could leave like streaks from your brush. But I do that when I'm blending out my contour with that other brush that's pretty similar to this, but I don't know. I feel like for that it's okay, but then when it comes to this, I'm like, no, it's gonna leave streaks, even though clearly it doesn't. I don't know. It's preference. Just play around with it. You can do circular motions if you feel like it, and if it's leaving streaks, then just tap away, and then it'll usually take out the streaks. Okay, so I like to do baking later. So what I'm gonna do, so I'm taking my Morphe 8H palette. Give me a sec, let me open it. And it has these bronzers and highlighters. And I'm going in with Donut, which is this shade right here. And the number came off, but I'm just using like a little fluffy brush like this. I don't like too big of a fluffy brush, so I'm using this one. And just I literally just went like 2 dips into the powder and then dusting it off on my hand. And I'm going to bronze up my face, and I'll get more as I go. I like to build it up rather than get a whole bunch and then you're like, fuck, And I'm basically putting it everywhere I applied my contour. And let's say you have like a harsh line on your forehead. What I usually do is I take the concealer brush I use and just pat around the edges just to soften it up a little, so it's not just like this harsh line of contour on your forehead, Oh, okay, also what I do, so like I said, I do 2 taps the first time I go into the bronzer. I do 2 taps and then blend, and then after that I do 1 tap and then go into it. So the first time 2 taps, and then the rest of the time when building it up, just 1, because you don't want to get too much. And then just kind of like flick to blend the cheek out so there's not a harsh line going down like that. And then when I do my jawline, I just do 1 tap. I like to get right here too, so it's not just like one weird, just like blank space of like light. I guess you can say, I don't know. Basically like the 3 technique that was a thing at some point. But again, all depends on your face shape. And sometimes I do get contour right here, so just dabbing with the brush. And then the same nose contour brush that I use for my nose. Same powder in that palette, which was Donut. And now I'm gonna contour, I guess, more adding color. And then when I do the tip of my nose, I do kind of like a V and then a circle at the top, so it's like the bloop, like a half circle. Okay, now I'm going to powder my face. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking my Laura Mercier powder, but I don't have a lot left, so that's why I'm just using it as not setting my face, but just as a little bit of powder. First, what I'm going to do is I'm taking that same concealer brush to make sure I blend out down here because there is creasing underneath my eye. And I'm going to take the Morphe R5 brush with just a little bit of powder, and I'm just going to dab it on there under my eye. And then same for the other side. And then as well, let's just powder up everywhere I put my concealer. Again, we're not baking just yet. Now I'm taking my Morphe setting powder in my translucent Morphe powder. And I don't bake for too long. Like literally once I put it on, I go in the order of where I placed it to wipe it off. And then around my nose, I do like a line going down the side. I get into the little crevice right here because I do get a little bit oily right there on my nose. And then another spot I really like to focus on is my smile lines because I get oily there. And once I get oily there, I look like I have really deep smile lines, and it just does not look good on me. So, if you want to get rid of those smile lines, just set it good. And then here I don't really like to do like that line because I like it to be like a soft contour. But if you want it to be more strong, more defined, then you can like that. And also you don't need a lot. I know some people like to put a shit ton, but you don't need to. Even this might be too much for some of you guys, and that's completely fine. Just do what you are comfortable with, but just know you don't need to like bake it on. Okay, like I said, once I'm done, I go in the order I set it in. I will set my eyelids too. I just usually do that very last, like before I go ahead and do my eye makeup. And then once again, I'm just gonna brighten up that contour or darken up that contour since some of the face powder wiped it away. I'm just going in a little bit because then I'm gonna go in with another bronzer just to give it a little more like wow, not really to make it darker. So the bronzer I am using, it is the MAC Give Me Sun. I'm trying to be completely cruelty free in my makeup products. I think it's a Maybelline that's not cruelty free, and I was like, I just bought like 3 of their concealers or whatever, so, or no, it was like a concealer and a foundation. I was like, okay. But anyways, so I'm just using up what I have left, and then I'm not gonna like buy from MAC anymore. I did like a whole story, well kinda, in like one of my videos where I explained that I thought they were cruelty free, because that's what I was told, but it's a miscommunication, I guess you can say. I don't apply a second layer of bronzer on my nose though, so... Okay, so the blush I'm using, this has literally been my favorite blush ever since I got it. I've been using it literally every time I do makeup, but it's the Wet n Wild blush in Mellow Wine. It's just so beautiful. I don't really like doing pinks, that's why. I like doing more, oops, like, it's not really peachy. Well, I guess, like salmon, I don't know, but like shades like this. So. And I'm using the Morphe PK4 brush, and I'm kind of blending it a little bit in with my bronzer. And going to like right here, but I'm not going to go like here because that's too much. And I usually smile when I do this just because it makes it easier. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild P75 highlighting brush. Same contour palette, and I'm taking Beam, which is this color right here of highlighter. And I'm going to take a little bit of this one as well, which is Big Bang. So Beam and Big Bang, I'm kind of just very lightly just going to rub my brush amongst the two. And applying my highlight on my cheekbones. And just apply as much as you want. Like, it's beautiful. Beautiful! And then I'm very lightly going on the tip of my nose. Like, remember when I contoured, I had that V and then that half circle? Right in that center is where I'm putting the highlight, as well as down the bridge of my nose. And then the Cupid's bow. And then I like to add a little bit right above my eyebrows. Then I'm taking my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I'm running out. Let me get my other one. So my other one is the Jeffree Star one, the one that smells like strawberries. Please don't come for me. I know. I'm sorry. So I like to feel dewy. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do, we're almost done, I promise, is I'm taking that concealer brush again and blending out my foundation slash concealer I put on my lid, because we don't want no creases. Taking that same powder brush and applying that to set it. Now what I'm going to do is just with my bronzer and my contour brush, just applying it in my crease just a little bit, just to add some color. See, just a little bit, you don't need a lot. Then I'm taking the Morphe E37 brush, going in with Beam and Big Bang again. Oh my gosh, what is underneath my eyeball? And applying that to my inner corner. You can always also add Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife. That'd be really beautiful too, like a really bright pop of gold. And then just a little bit on your brow bone. But yeah, so if you want to be extra golden, Fenty Beauty's Trophy Wife. Actually, I do kind of want to add that a little bit to my cheekbones. Just a little bit, just to add that little extra bit of gold. Stop. I love it. So sorry for barely adjusting my chair. I'm a lot higher now than I was during this entire video. I built my chair and I honestly thought I built it kind of like right, but also wrong to where I couldn't actually adjust it, but I just tried it and I could adjust it, so I'm sorry. Anyways, next what we're gonna do, we're just moving on to the eyes now. Nothing dramatic, no like real eyeshadow, just besides that very light contour. But I'm taking my eyelash tweezers. This is for eyelash tweezers curler, and I'm curling my lashes. This is the CoverGirl curler. I don't know. And I'm just taking my Essence Lash Princess Mascara in the sculpted volume one. But my favorite is the False Lash Effect one. We're using this one because I'm running out of the other one. And I'm just going to very lightly apply it on my lashes. And you can always just stop here, add some gloss, and you're good to go. But I love false lashes, so we are going to continue. But real quick, I'm also going to apply some mascara on my bottom lashes. And I'm taking my e.l.f. eyeliner pencil in black and tightlining. And then I'm taking my Duo eyelash glue, and with my Build a Baddie lashes in the style Angelic. I'm obsessed. Doll Eyes is super beautiful too, but I feel like this style was more appropriate for today's look. And I'm gonna apply it as close to my lash line as possible. Okay, so my brows aren't looking as bad now that we have all of this makeup on, but I still would like them to be less dark, but that's my own fault. Before I forget, I want to add my Wet n Wild multi-stick in the shade Keep Diggin', and I'm gonna go ahead and add it to my waterline. And I'm just sharpening my lip pencil real quick. I'm using the Italian lip pencil in Natural, I believe. Natural. And a girl is about to overline, so do your lips however you please. Now I'm taking the Morphe lipstick in the shade Kissy Face. It's super beautiful. And applying it in the center. Now I'm taking the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss in the shade Champagne Glam. It's so beautiful. I used it for the first time in my last video, and I didn't know it was a plumping gloss, and I was like, this feels winny. And I was like, no. But it's so beautiful. Now, there's just one last step we need to do. So I'm taking my Soul Shimmering Dry Oil from ColourPop. This is in Platinum. And I'm just taking this makeup brush. It has Grogu on it. They're so cute. It came in a brush. Let me show you guys real quick. This is a brush set that my dad got me for Christmas, I believe it was. Or no, Christmas. And it's super cute. We got it from Box Lunch if you guys want it. Oh my goodness. Look at how cute. The brushes come in there. This is literally the cutest thing ever. Oh my god. It's so cute. I'm obsessed. Anywho, so I'm going to go ahead, squirt some on my shoulder. The camera doesn't pick it up that well. Okay guys, so that is the end of the video. Oh, I got lipstick on my teeth. It's pretty, I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. And if you want to check out my other videos, you should go ahead and do that. A lot of my videos I put on private because I just wasn't happy with them anymore, or the looks that I did, and I was like, no, these gotta go. But I put them on private because I didn't want to really delete them. I just wanted to put them on. But yeah, so anyways, thank you guys so much for your support, and I hope you have a great morning, day, night, or whatever it may be. Bye guys.